Welcome to Subramani. Uh, Finding an advisor is difficult. Finding a good advisor is very, very difficult. And if you have a good relationship, you also have to review as to do you need to change your advisor. What are the indications that you should change your advisor? So, first of all, this is more addressing the women. If you are getting a divorce from your husband for whatever reasons, it's time that you look for a new advisor. You don't want to share a lot of your portfolio and what you're doing, activities with your husband's advisor, especially if the advisor has been brought in by your husband. So that's a good time to be changing your advisor, and you must change your advisor. Why give a chance? Maybe he's a very nice guy, everything. So tell him that I will use a new advisor. I'll keep coming to you because we have an old relationship, but I don't want to share too much of my details with you because I don't want to share an advisor with my husband. I've gone past that relationship. I want to make a change, and this has happened to people. Even a woman who got widowed did not use her husband's advisor, and then she got married to somebody else, and she was looking, and I think she found a new advisor, and that makes sense. This is very natural for a person to want a complete breakaway, cut off, especially in case of a divorce. But even in case of widowhood, even though her husband had suggested that in case of his death, she should continue to listen to him. She was very young. She was only about 35. So she had got married again. At that stage, she asked me, and she changed over from advisor A in one city to advisor B in another city. And I thought that made sense because you want to cut off. So she did it. The other time is when there is a divorce going on, and the advisor does not pull in his weight in terms of giving you statements and things like that. Then you feel that, oh, he's my husband's advisor, so he's delaying. If you get that feeling, it's time to change. Just cut off, completely cut it off. Don't wait for it to deteriorate. Don't wait for the relationship to deteriorate because you think he's not pulling in his weight enough, or she is not pulling in her weight enough. The consultant advisor could be a woman or a man, whatever. If you think they are not pulling their weight enough, then it is time to cut that relationship. Another reason to cut the relationship is when you feel that that person is not fully in sync with what you want. For example, many people are good at accumulating money. They know how to accumulate money, but they have no clue about how to withdraw. They have no clue on annuities. They have never dealt with retired people, or maybe they are dealing with younger and richer people, maybe wealthy class, and you are upper middle class. So you have different problems, they have different problems. So if you're falling out of the niche because your income is now no longer keeping pace with his other clients or something like that, or you feel that feel neglected. He has got 222 clients, out of which you are some 170th. Very good chance that you will feel neglected, right? So then you don't need to be with that consultant. Could be a RIA or an MFD, doesn't really matter. But if that obsession is, if you get a feeling that you're not getting good service, then I think it's time that you look for a fresh advisor, or your requirements have changed, you have shifted to a different city. That's a good reason to change your advisor. Or you get a feeling, or somebody tells you that something is dicey with that advisor. That's a good reason to change. Show your portfolio to somebody who is perhaps in the industry, who is in the BFSI industry, who need not be a journalist or a blogger or anybody, can be just another advisor. Pass it through scrutiny, find out whether he or she is a bigger beneficiary. I recently came across a woman's portfolio which was very poorly advised in terms of quality of fund houses chosen, fund schemes chosen. It was really terrible. So I suggested a change. It was a very longish portfolio, pretty unnecessary for a person with about 25-30 crores. It was very poor advisory. It's not that the client was getting cheated, but it was very poor advisory, very longish portfolio. Client was older. Client didn't need so much of complications, so many funds, schemes without any logic. So when you see something like that happening, and somebody else is able to tell you that this is not a well advised portfolio, maybe it's got good return, but it is not a well advised portfolio. When you get that feedback and you have chosen to get that feedback, that is a good time for you to review, or perhaps say, let me not be with this advisor, let me change. You're not in the also, for women, it is important that the advisor talks to both of you, unless specifically your husband says that don't talk to my wife, right? So I always insist that advisor should address the family, because it is wealth being created for the family. After the husband's death, the wife and children have to live. So wife and children have to know what is happening. There is absolutely no logic if he just keeps addressing the husband, right? If he doesn't even talk to the wife, or the wife feels very neglected and saying, he doesn't ever address me, he doesn't tell me what's going to happen, and the probability of the husband dying before the wife is very high, because you go by probability, right? So if let us say in India, let's say the average age is 83 for women and 79 for men, chances are, and the wife is 5 years younger, chances are she will live 5 plus 4, 9 years more. If he dies at 90 and she also dies at 90, chances are 81 to 90 she will need somebody to address her and look after her financial needs. So the financial advisor, the best financial advisor is one who addresses the family. Family to me means any kid above 15 is part of the audience which can be addressed. So best way to do a review is when the husband, wife and the children above 15 decide to go every year at least. Let's say there's a quarterly review. Quarterly review, the husband handling the portfolio, so husband goes. But annual review, the full family goes, so that full family can explain what is this investment, why it is made, right? So if the wife and the children can also explain that, it means the advisor has done a fantastic job, and the woman and children have also been good enough to play a role in that. They also have to understand. I mean, I can just tell you, go read this book. It doesn't mean you're going to read the book, right? So which means they both have done a good job. So you should stick to that advisor. Then sometimes you need to cut the umbilical cord. You don't want to use your parents' advisor because you think, oh, he's very old-fashioned. He comes home, takes money, takes cash, goes and buys post office items. I don't want that, right? So sometimes it happens that the younger generation want a newer advisor. So that is one thing possible. Or sometimes when the wife feels like the advisor is tone deaf because her screaming is not even heard, right? Sometimes you get a very uneasy feeling that something is not right. I am being offered products which Subra tells me is not needed at all. I have a 3 crore cash flow net worth or liquid net worth, and he's giving me a 50 lakh rupee bank PMS on real estate, which Subra says is not worth doing. Why is he doing that? So if you get that squeezy, uneasy kind of a feeling, that's a great time to be looking at that relationship and wondering, should I be in this relationship at all, right? So these are, and take a case when some important event in your life and he doesn't even bother saying you need to make changes for something very simple, like you have made a will, your daughter is in the will, now your daughter has got married, so maybe your son-in-law and their children should be in the will. Maybe they don't have children, but you may have to put all that, or you may have to ask your daughter whether she is going to change her name. If she is going to change her name, then her new name should be in the will. These are simple things to do, but if he is not with you during such events which you think are important, any life-changing event in your life or any event in your life, for example, you are a 60-year-old couple and your mother has died, obviously there will be some documentation to be done. So does he help you? Does he not help you? Does he suggest some other person who will be able to help you? Right? All these things should constantly be evaluated, and you may decide that I don't want to work with this advisor anymore. Right? So check out how well your relationship is going. Is it going well? Or if some of these signals are visible to you, it's time to change. Thank you.